I do the show every week, and I love to do the show is honestly because I get to meet people like this guy, I meet him, and that's why we're on this show. India, you're very, very lucky to witness a living legend. Ken Doherty, welcome to the show. World champion. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you, mate. We haven't interacted as much as I would have liked to in the past, but it's a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for doing this.
No, my pleasure. I'm loving the shades, loving the shades.
Yeah, this is a part of India.
Loving the music too.
This is a part of India. It's always so hot here that we need to wear sunglasses, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm in Sheffield. It's not hot here. It's actually raining.
Also, I don't
raining.
have your
It's raining
vision.
quite.
I don't have your vision, so you know, I need the sunglasses.
Yeah.
So how's everything? All right. So you know how the show works? Do you know how the show works, Ken?
I don't know, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Yeah, so basically it's 30 questions, 30 minutes of rapid fire.
Okay.
It's not like the BBC. It's not like the BBC. We don't have time here.
Okay.
We don't have much time. We have to keep going, and we'll go fast, and we'll complete it as quick as we can.
No problem. No problem.
Millions of followers. I mean, in India, we celebrate breaks of like 40, and you were breaking centuries when you were 14 years old. So that's a slightly different. We're not used to this kind of sport.
You know, snooker actually originated in India, believe it or not.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, back in the late 1890s, late 1800s.
Someone told me that it was in a small town called Jabalpur. Is that right? I read an article.
It might be, yeah. It was actually British, the British Army, a guy called Neville Chamberlain, who introduced snooker. And snook was actually a term for a young cadet, you know, so so that's where they got the name snooker from. But yeah, it was originated in India all those years ago.
Wow. Ken Doherty, welcome to Chai with Raja. You have 30 questions.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the serious stuff. Here we go. Mate. First question. Would you swap your world championship for your son Christian to win Wimbledon?
Oh, that's a very good question.
World championship. No, it's a rapid fire. We need answers straight away, Ken.
Yes, I would.
Oh, wow. There we go. There's a bit of fire. There's a bit of masala we need at the start. Yeah. Ken, obviously 13 years finishing top 10 in the world. You know, in India, we believe in Ayurveda, we believe in homeopathy, we believe in all kinds of things. But 13 years finishing top 10 in the world. What is your dietary secret? What vitamins do you take? What kind of focus? I mean, in one line.
Guinness.
For all of India watching, we don't get enough Guinness in India. I have to tell you, we don't get enough Guinness. We need more of it.
We need more, yeah. Guinness or jasmine
I don't
tea.
think we have we do a lot of good things in India. One thing we don't do very well is Guinness.
Okay. Ceylon tea, how about that?
We do a good Ceylon tea. We do a good tea, yeah. So now, obviously, third question. Everyone has heard about your famous 2-pound cue that you bought from a snooker club. You know, but in India, we love to do a barter system. How many more zeros would you add to that 2 to sell your cue today?
It'd probably be another four zeros at least.
You'd sell your cue for £20,000 that you bought for £2.
It's worth at least that, yeah. To me, and anyway, I'd never sell it. I'd never sell it. But if I was, I mean, that offer would be around the ballpark. And I'm not talking 20,000 rupees.
£20,000. If somebody offers you £20,000, that cue is sold.
So.
Wow. But you won a lot with it. So are you still sure you want to sell it?
Not yet.
Fair enough. Okay, if you had an option, Ken, to lose all your hair or to gain 50% of your hair all over your body, which one do you choose? You either lose all your hair or you gain 50% hair all over your body. Which one do you choose?
Oh my God! I don't want to lose my hair, so 50% of my body.
I guess you can shave it later. I didn't have that option. You know?
I don't even have hair on my arms.
You can shave it later, I guess.
Though. You look good.
I didn't have an option, so now I have to make do with what I have. You know. So yeah, you're obviously known as one of the most intelligent snooker players ever. Everyone who speaks about you says you're one of the most intelligent snooker players to have lived. Which player obviously had a mental edge over you? One player that had a mental edge over you, and one player that you had a mental edge over after all these years?
I would say someone like Peter Ebdon. He was very hard to beat.
He had the edge over you,
he
or
had
you
the
had
edge.
him?
I'd say he had the edge over me a little bit because he was very clever and he was very tough to beat. Who did I have the edge over? Someone like James Watana. I think I had a really good record against him from Thailand. So
You never lost him?
I lost him maybe a couple of times out of maybe 12 or 13 times I played him.
Oh, wow.
That was a good record against a classic
But
player.
you knew that Peter Ebdon's going to be a tough match. When you played against Peter Ebdon,
he was a grinder. He was a grinder. He could make a break at 12 in the time Ronnie could make a break of a century. You know what I mean? So never wore. That's why he never wore a watch. You know, he didn't know what time it was.
But yeah, that's a good answer. So Ebdon and Watana. We're in India now. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy raw onions?
Raw onions. I prefer them fried, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say probably 2. They make me cry.
When you go to an Indian restaurant, you just keep the raw onions away when it comes to your papadum.
I like them on the papadums, but they're always in a little bit of sauce and that, so it's not too bad.
Okay, but a raw onion on its own, you're not touching it.
No, I don't like something that makes me cry.
Okay. In one line, Ken, what is needed for a person to be happy?
What is needed for a person to be happy? A clear conscience.
A clear conscience. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's the snooker. That's the snooker intelligence.
Very cerebral.
That's the snooker intelligence working there. Okay, so now obviously in India we don't have much knowledge of snooker. We have a lot of knowledge of cue sports. We obviously trying to get very good at snooker. We have a couple guys getting there, but educate our audience. So how tough on a scale of 1 to 10 is 9-ball pool compared to snooker? Snooker obviously being a 10. How tough is 9-ball pool? And I keep trying to explain this, but from you it would mean a lot more. I think it's a 1 or a 2.
Maybe I think you could probably beat me at 9-ball. So I would say I would say there's still a bit of skill factor in 9-ball. So I would say about a 5.
Wow, so you'd say snooker is twice as tough as 9-ball pool?
Yes, at least.
You're being generous to the pool players out there.
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to offend them.
Okay, another Indian question. Ken, do you believe in life after death?
Yes.
You do?
Absolutely, yeah.
Any reason? I'm here. I'm drinking my tea. You can elaborate.
Well, I've always had faith. I've always had good faith. And I hope there is, I believe there's somewhere after this life that, I certainly hope so, because I'd like to see my mum and dad again.
Nice, that's so sweet. That's so nice. Yeah. Obviously, we've seen this in China. So we've seen this Chinese big rise of snooker, and we try to emulate, a lot of things that they do. But if I send you 10 young kids to Dublin with reasonable snooker aptitude at maybe the ages of 10 to 12 years old, can 10 make me an Indian snooker superstar out of those 10 kids?
I think if they have potential from the beginning, I would certainly, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So if I send you 10 kids in our booming economy, you will make me an Indian snooker superstar.
I will. I could make you one as well.
I'm past my prime. I actually lost all my hair. Yeah.
Was that from the tennis, but not from the wordy?
So you can do it. You could.
Yeah, of course. I think if they have to have if they have potential. Yeah, I think a good guidance, good coaching, and good experience goes an awful long way, as you know, in your own sport.
Yeah, but I mean, snooker is a different kind of fit. We've never produced a snooker superstar. Obviously, we've had Pankaj Advani, we've had a few guys trying to come through, but we've never produced a superstar in snooker from India. That would be huge.
Yeah.
That's your market, Ken. That's your market.
That's your market. Yeah.
That's why I introduced you here. That's why I wanted you to start.
Good idea. Thank you. We'll set up a Ken Doherty Snooker Academy in India now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready. Whenever you are, I'm ready. What would you do one morning if you woke up as the world number 1, Ronnie O'Sullivan?
What would I do? I'd be very, very happy. I'd be very happy. I know that. I wouldn't go for a run. When I woke up as a snooker champion on the morning after, I was walking home. It was 9 a.m. from the party.
So that's a lot of Guinness that night.
Yes, absolutely.
as you get older, obviously, you're still successful on the tour, but less successful than you were when you were playing at your prime.
Yeah.
So do you hate losing now much more than you did before?
I think you sort of accept it a little bit more because the losses become a lot more frequent now than when they weren't so frequent. They used to hurt you even more, but now
But this is not the
so
BBC,
much.
so I need a one-word answer, Ken. Do you hate
No,
losing more now than you did before?
not as much.
You
No,
don't
no. I
hate
accept
it as
it.
much.
I accept it.
Oh, wow. You hated losing a lot more back then.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. I often, I often say it is, but people don't realize. I think personally, snooker, pound for pound, is mentally the toughest sport in the world. Do you agree with that statement? And why?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you why, because when you're sitting in that chair, which I've often done over the last few years, while the opponent is at the table, there is nothing you can do until he misses. It's not like your sport, you can hit a ball back. It's not like golf. You have your
I
own
can't do
ball.
much. I can't do much when half these guys are serving to me anyway. I'm praying half the time.
Well, you can return. We can't return anything. We have to sit and wait in the chair. And the chair, as comfortable as the chairs are, they're not nice to wait there for so long without hitting the ball.
If my information is correct, you visited Wimbledon earlier this year. Was it more magical than your Mecca, which is the Crucible?
I think you have to go and visit. If you love tennis, you must go and visit Wimbledon any time in your life if you can, because it is magical.
Was it more magical than the Crucible though?
For me personally, no, because the Crucible is my Mecca. But if you love snooker, go to the Crucible. If you love tennis, you must go to Wimbledon.
Okay, but if you have to choose between the two,
the Crucible, of course, I have to choose my own sport.
I would love to come there someday.
Very loyal. You're always welcome, my friend. You're always welcome.
Coming from Ireland, would it be easier for you to give up dairy forever or beer forever?
Oh, dairy, definitely. I'd rather have Guinness on my cornflakes in the morning.
Really? Is that serious? But you're pretty famous for your dairy as well in Ireland. You make some good milk.
We have a lot of cows.
Who for you is the greatest sportsman ever?
Muhammad Ali.
That's a cliched statement. I'm going to go alive. I'm going to make it tough for you.
Alive? Tiger Woods.
Why?
Just the way he played the game and the way the golf and just the way he dominated golf for so long. And so he was so
I'm surprised with that answer.
So entertaining.
I'm surprised with that answer. I expected a Federer, Nadal, Djokovic type answer.
Federer would be my favorite. I wouldn't be a fan of the other two, but Federer would be my favorite.
Okay, tell me your favorite takeout order at home these days in Sheffield. What would you get?
What would be my favorite take? Well, it would have to be Indian. So I would have to go for a nice prawn curry. Nice prawn curry.
What, like spicy? Curry
spicy.
Is
spicy.
So prawn like vindaloo type?
Not vindaloo, too spicy. Maybe like a madras or a buna, with some beautiful Peshwari naan and some pilau rice.
You've got the order.
Beautiful.
Since you've invited me to Sheffield,
and some nice cobras. Cobras.
Wow, not Guinness. No. Since you've invited me to the Crucible, I'll invite you to India and give you the best prawn buna.
Okay, there you go.
Or prawn madras.
Yeah.
That's so. Alex Higgins obviously was your hero.
Yes.
And he was your hero for different reasons. But, he was one of the greatest, probably the greatest snooker player ever for a number of reasons. But, he was known to spike his drink a number of times during the game.
Yes.
So I was just wondering what is the percentage of people that sit on that, elusive chair and spike their drink in today's world?
Not in today's, none probably. Only back in the 80s, probably quite a bit,
So it just went down?
The first time I met Alex Higgins, he said to me, when you get me a drink, I was working at the Irish Masters snooker event, and he said to me, when I ask you for an orange juice, that means a vodka and orange juice. and if I ask you for a vodka and orange juice, that means a double. That's when he was playing.
Nowadays, no one now?
No, nobody drinks now when they play. No.
Nobody drinks anything when they play.
Not at all.
Oh, wow. If there was a
Clean,
spider,
too clean.
oh really?
Yeah.
You don't think
More,
the sport got more money and more professional?
yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, if there's a spider in your house, do you kill it or set it free?
No, set it free. Never kill spiders. Never kill
never,
spiders.
never kill a spider.
No, 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 no.
Is
No.
that bad omen?
Yeah, it's not good karma. It's not good karma. So I'd rather, if I can set it free, I'd set it free. It depends how big it is.
A prawn buna on your plate and the spider let free.
Absolutely.
Ken, a bit of a serious question. One thing you could have done better in your career?
Ooh. Practice more.
So you practice 4 or 5 hours a day. How much more can you practice?
I'd probably maybe coach more or experience.
Like you weren't that well coached, or
as a young? No, not young. As a young guy, no, not really.
But you didn't have that, like you were standing on biscuit tins and playing snooker on the table. So that wasn't really an option. So what realistically could you have done?
I think
better?
when I probably during my time as an early professional, I probably could have explored that avenue a little bit better. Yeah,
you could have been coached better, but you didn't have the funds to do that, right?
Yeah,
or you didn't have the funds
maybe,
to practice.
Yeah. Well, I probably could have as a young professional, but probably didn't. I was probably a little bit sort of fearful of it in a way, but as I got older, I was more open to it.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. I think we all wish that. I wish I was, I wish I'd invested more in my coaching as well. I wish I would have done, more, tried to do more. I would have invested more. I tried to save the money, or I tried to keep it, or I tried to invest in the next tournament. But I wish I'd invested more in just a team, rather than traveling with one person. And like now, like Djokovic, for example, he travels with 6 people or 10.
He can afford it.
So you're an absolute hero in Ireland. How does Ken Doherty want to be known in India?
Just as a guy who loved the sport and who tried his hardest and
who made us a snooker superstar.
Well, and who became champion of the world with a 2-pound cue. There's not many people can say that.
And we're talking about investing more, and you made it a world champion with a 2-pound cue. That's how ironic the world is, I guess. Bit of an emotional question, but you didn't grow up with much. Obviously, you grew up with your mom supporting you. You lost your dad at a very early age. Barely had money to travel. Didn't have money to get to even, countries in Europe. And here you're sitting, as a snooker legend, world champion, done it all, been at the top of the game, something that, a country of 1.6 billion couldn't manage to do. You've done it with very little. In a couple of phrases, how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, for the game that I just loved playing as a kid, to make it, I dreamed about playing at the Crucible or to be world champion. When I saw Alex Higgins and Dennis Taylor win it, and to emulate what they have achieved, that was like the dream of dreams. And coming home, to an open up top bus and people line the streets for me as a world champion was the best day of my life,
Yeah, and that's an emotional statement, because not many are able to achieve even close to what you have achieved, and that's just a remarkable testament to you as a person and as a player. Because
the police chief of Dublin told me that I stopped crime in the city for 3 hours while I was playing the last session against Stephen Hendry back in '97. He says, you stopped crime for 3 hours. We never had one phone call into the Central Police Station for 3 hours when you were playing. He told me I should be on the television more often because I stopped crime.
That's one or two things. Is there a lot of crime in Dublin?
A lot of criminals like snooker. A lot of good reflection.
We don't get that much in Mumbai, because every street you go to is filled with like a couple of million people. It's tough to have that much crime here. But see a world snooker champion like yourself in our lifetime?
I hope so. When we played in India, in Mumbai and in Delhi and Vaisak, we had huge crowds. It's still very popular there. We have some Indian players here in Sheffield at the academy, and I hope so. I mean, you have a huge nation, a nation that loves its sport, loves snooker, and
that's a Sheffield answer. I need an Indian answer.
I think you need good infrastructure. If you have the proper infrastructure, like a Ken Doherty Snooker Academy.
Oh wow! There you go. Advertise yourself. There you go. That's why you're on the show.
Then you never know. You need the proper infrastructure.
you think yes or no? If we
I
do have
think
a Ken
yes.
Doherty, if we do have a Ken Doherty Academy.
Absolutely, yeah. If you had the investment and you had the infrastructure, definitely.
I think people in India don't realize how much money there is in snooker today.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a couple of prize money things, and the guys are making just as much as a top 10 tennis player.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is scary because we don't realize how much is on the line and how much it would mean to us if we do make a world champion. I was seeing Ronnie's earnings. Obviously, he's a freak, but I was seeing his, and it's pretty crazy. And
he's earned over 1.2 million. Judd has earned over $1 million already this year.
Yeah, he's on like 14 million. Ronnie or something. 14 million
in his career, and that's not counting sponsorship and
everything
else that came with it. Yeah,
that's crazy. So, if you were to guess, how many monosyllabic one-word WhatsApps do you send every day, or messages on social media?
Very few on one word. I can't shut up, so I talk a lot. I'm already.
We love it.
One word doesn't come into my vocabulary.
We love it. Keep going. We're the same.
I have to keep going. Yeah.
That's great.
I keep talking. I talk too much. They have to tell me on the BBC, can you stop talking for a minute so we can see what's happening?
Ken, do you sometimes get annoyed by how easy snooker looks on TV?
No, I like that. I really enjoy that.
You like the fact, I get annoyed that it looks so easy, and people think they can break off 40 and 50, and they think that the pockets are that small, and they think that they think like there are tunnels out there.
But it's not. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. That they think it looks so easy because the professionals make it look so easy, and then you go into your local snooker club, and then you can't make 2 reds or 2 blacks.
You literally cannot. The first time I made a break of 30, I was overjoyed. I was like, this is the best moment of my life by far. And it's ridiculously tough, guys. I mean, we come obviously from playing pool and stuff, but Where could we find Ken Doherty normally on a Sunday evening, and what would he be doing at this time on a Sunday?
At this time on a Sunday, I'd be watching the football. I'd be having dinner somewhere. Yeah.
Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
For all of those.
If
you ever wanted reason to come to India, we have a huge Manchester United following.
I'm so depressed as a Manchester United fan at the moment. These last few years have been like
but you're happy. You're happy Liverpool lost.
I'm happy Liverpool lost, but it's been so depressing for United fans at the moment. Terrible times.
You'll come back though. You drew with us.
We'll come back.
Yeah. Pickleball or paddle, the brighter future?
I think paddle is a great game. Yeah, fantastic.
But the future, pickleball, paddle.
Paddle.
Wow. Okay. Just the investment stuff from the Indian perspective, and like in terms of to build courts, like we build a lot of courts, and to get so many people to play, it becomes tough with paddle. But I guess you're right. Paddle in Ireland, where you have a lot of land and stuff. So you can do a Ken Doherty paddle academy in Ireland, and then you can come to India.
My paddle would be like that.
Would you rather be besties with Rihanna or Beyonce?
Oh, Beyonce.
Why?
I'd be crazy in love.
I guess you don't listen to either of them too much. I don't either, to be honest. I don't. But it's the next thing, Ken, last couple of questions. The next thing you will hear is a voice. And I want you to guess the voice.
Okay.
So that's knowing your tennis knowledge. I want you to guess the voice and tell me who this person is.
Okay.
I mean, obviously nerves. I think just getting over the line in that first round was massive. But I've been playing some really good tennis over the last month, so I was really surprised. The way I played the other day. It wasn't great, but there's a lot of positives. I didn't play anywhere near my best and got through it. And today, obviously, I was kind of in my zone, just great body language, just played well. And I just wanted to remind everyone that I'm pretty good.
Australian?
Yeah.
Recent or past?
You can't not get it. It's the most famous right now. The most famous Aussie right now.
The most
infamous Aussie.
Oh, my mind has gone blank.
The bad boy of tennis.
Oh, sorry. Kyrgios.
You got it.
Sorry. My mind's gone blank. Sorry.
You got it.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him because he's been injured, hasn't he? I haven't seen him play lately.
Do you like him or do you not like him?
I like him. No, I like him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you think he's good for the game?
He's a spoiled brat, but I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
You get him on the snooker.
He reminds me of a few snooker players.
Like you can go ahead. You can.
It's okay. It's okay.
You've started it. You might as well finish it.
Next question.
It's not the BBC. You can finish it. You can finish the show in style.
I'll pass on that one. This is like mastermind. You can pass, you know, and move on.
Finally, Ken.
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Finally, last question. You've experienced Chai with Raja. Hopefully, you've had a good time. Which two of your colleagues would you like to see on the show?
Oh, that would be good. I'd love to. You could have someone like Stephen Hendry on it, and I'll tell you who'd be a great guest will be Jimmy White.
Wow, we'd love to have them. And Ken Doherty, thank you so much for joining us on Chai with Raja. It was an absolute pleasure hosting you, and as usual, it's one of the reasons I do this show. You're the man, pleasure. Ken. You're the man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ken. Nice to see you, my friend.
Mate.
And regards to everybody in India.
Thank you so much. Thank you, mate. Thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This was Chai with Raja. This was the snooker episode. You guys are absolute legends for tuning in. See you next week for a lot more action only on Chai with Raja. Good night.